Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, what is more important? Is it more important or what is worse, let's put it this way, to screw up a society, an entire nation, an entire country, or to say something stupid? Obviously, destroying a society, a culture in general is more important or graver or more grave than just saying something offensive or something you don't like or something hateful. If we are to defend the freedom of speech in the United States of America and as free people with the God-given rights, not the government-given rights, then making a fool of yourself is your right. Nobody should infringe on that. You can say, well, there are some consequences. Like what? Like, for instance, preventing me from talking. Is that free speech? All right, I want to show you here two situations where we have a way to destroy a culture, a nation, a society, versus someone saying something on X. All right, I'm talking about the Super Bowl, how should I put it? That exemplification of a certain kind of subculture promoted as being the main culture. That's the one. And the other one, Kanye West, made some statements. He, how do I call it, printed them. He made some comments on X, and X banned him. But what we saw during the Super Bowl break, that was A-okay. That was a display of animalic behavior. Now, that is the main culture nowadays. But hey, we should ban this guy right here. Russia Today. Kanye West's X goes dark after Nazi controversy. The rapper, now he's a rapper. Remember, this guy, before this, was held and was addressed as a fashion icon and mogul and entrepreneur and all the good things. Why? They screw your culture and my culture. Now he touched with a flower. And the perpetual victims team up, or at least try to do it with the support of Elon Musk, who loves freedom of speech. Remember, under the First Amendment, you are allowed to express your hatred or to express your love for whatever you want without repercussions. But hey, there are repercussions here. We're not going to promote that. We're not going to support your freedom, not promote. We're not going to, because they say it's promoting. No, it's supporting it by allowing me to talk. It's like, I have vocal cords. So you can take them out, and then you're not going to support my freedom of speech, even though I can click, 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 or clack, 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 clack. My point here is not defending what Kanye West says. That's my personal preference or, disapproval. But he can, if we are free people with freedom of speech, it's not a company, a platform, who's going to say, you know what, I'm going to ban you for that. But in the meantime, we're going to have this right here. Kendrick Lamar's Eviscerates Drake at Super Bowl as MAGA Seethes. So only MAGA, the craziest, are against about this display of the new culture for you. It's been pushed on you. Now remember, this guy right now with it's a idiotic, retarded, that's the word, issue, beef between a rapper and another rapper. Two people that we should have never heard of. They are in the Super Bowl and they have a problem together. And we, MAGA, which if you are against that display of animalic behavior, you're a MAGA. And MAGA is already supposed to be a bad connotation. You're not an American, you're a MAGA. So if I say what was over there was some people jumping around doing some I mean, I'm not against sex or anything like that. I'm okay with that, but that became the main culture. No, look at this. When you look at our art, let's say music, in the music, most subjects are related to, they call it love. You know, music is about love, she leaves me, or he did. Now, have you heard anything like in the main culture of something against the government? Why don't we have songs or against the society in general? There's no mainstream. Culture is imposed by some on the great society. So this guy right here with his, even that so-called whatever she is, not Venus, the other one, Serena Williams, even she was over there displaying her inabilities to booty dance, right? It was horrible. And not only this guy, there were some other ones who are supposed to pass as the culture of Americans. This was during the Super Bowl, the most watched Super Bowl. And you have that. Remember, culture is pushed by some. Why don't we hear, for instance, I said, songs regarding government, is this is that, blah, blah. They will have a lot of people listening to it. You can say, well, there are some. Where are the promoters? Where are the promoters? So the promoters obviously are not there. Why? They shape our culture. Who are the promoters? Are the promoters the ones that ban Kanye West? I don't know. Why don't you ask Kanye West? My point here is, so this, my friends, is censorship by example. They give you an example. If you say these kind of things, we're going to ban you. And you're going to get into self-censorship, like I'm doing right here with you. I don't tell you everything I know, and I would like to say it the way I would like to say it, because the gatekeepers of the truth, the self-appointed gatekeepers of the truth, which is YouTube and others, and this Google and so on, they will ban. And then the other ones will say, hey, did you see? Emily's out. What did you say? Well, something about the, oh my God, or something about the, or who knows, something like that. So you're going to start censor yourself, like the communists did. In Romania, the people knew what was going on. They were new. They talked with the family, like whispering and so on. No, they didn't know really who's who, what's what, who's going to tell on them, who's going to report them. But they knew. But they just censored them. So they went to work and said, yes, hey, how are you? Yeah, the Communist Party, Ceausescu. Yeah. In private lives, we all knew. The same here. We all know. The problem is, who are those people who promote this? Because someone promotes, it's not, don't give me that there is a market. There is a market, about not even 12% of the population. How that became turned into this market? It was pushed, my friends, by what? By hiding the other side. Like, for instance, don't you think that, say, that some other rhythms would be more popular than this one? That it could be. They're not promoted. You don't hear them. Remember how your parents, for instance, what kind of music your parents listen to, or grandparents, depending on your age. They were listening to whatever was on the radio. Who was playing that? They say, well, people like that. There were other forms of music that were not promoted. Let's take, for instance, Elvis Presley, whom I like very much. He took a certain kind of, gospel country, and, turned it into that. And blues, obviously. And they say, oh, blues, you can't be more. Okay, that's it. He put together. And then because he was white, he was promoted. And then the other black artists, like B.B. King and other Little Richard, became more famous because of that. And not only B.B. King, I mean, you can watch interviews. They became, because that music was promoted, it caught the masses. Yeah, it caught the masses. The point is, these guys with their recording, recording studios, the guys would promote, the guys with the media, they do it, they shape it. Where are the patriotic songs? Where are the, criticizing the government? And besides, why is everything about love? We are supposed to be in love, or love meaning, in this case, animalic sex. That's what it is. But in the meantime, this guy who was the darling of the media and the promoters and all these guys, up to a point, all of a sudden he's not. Why isn't he? Well, he said that some people control. Well, it seems like he's barred or each angle. Don't tell me the society says, you know what, we understand what you said was wrong, therefore we're not going to do business with this. I thought that people are in business to make money, not to sell policies. Are they? I thought that. I remember in the 80s, you guys in America were told, I don't care if I get the money from a homosexual or from a heterosexual. The money is green from both. This was on your fucking TV. I know that. And you were like, yeah, it makes sense. Like the same thing. We are all the same. We all bleed blood red. Another imbecilic thing. All right? What's imbecilic? If tomorrow you have, oh, race is just a social construct. Really? Well, if you have here two bodies, and the police find them, they're not bodies, skeletons, they can determine very accurately if there was a this kind of from that social construct race or the other social construct race. They know exactly. Because when it's science, nature is not going to play our idiotic games. So here, a promotion of those guys. Super Bowl was awful. I don't watch football, American handball. I call it football, but I'm playing with the ball. It's baboonish because they're too fat and slow. I watch rugby. And they have all those pads. And they stay a lot until the commercials are running. I don't watch that garbage. I like dynamic sports. That's why I don't like golf. I don't like pool. I don't like chess. I like sports. Oh, that's the sport. It's a different... You don't understand, Emil. Spare me. All right? So in this case, we have these guys with their baboonish representation. Hey, the whole stadium were singing in that article. If that's the case, that means they worked just fine on your culture. They are going to you up as they do it with Kanye West. I don't like Kanye West. Let's say for this one. I like his balls, the courage. They say the crazy. He's crazy. You see, when people touch a certain subject, mainly two subjects, they become either illogical racist or anti-Semitic. Okay? Or they're crazy. They must be crazy. They're just a mental illness. You can't possibly. But if you talk to Kanye West, like I watched an interview with him conducted by Tucker Carlson, I was like, this guy is logical. This guy can reach a conclusion based on facts and evidence. He can, has the ability to have analytical skills in reaching a conclusion. Yeah, he says certain things that I don't know. It doesn't mean they're true or not. I can verify and check it out. He said, these guys are controlling that. It's easy. Google is available still. You can go and see the names. Redstone and others. You can find them. Eidner. You can find these guys. All right, my friends. If you think it's just a coincidence, then, I don't know, stick around longer here. My main advice would be go and do your research. Do your research. Don't trust shit what I'm saying. Zero. I don't want you to. I want you to look and verify. That's what I want. Emil said this. Go and verify it. And then come back and say thank you, because that's what you're going to do. If you're honest, if you want to know, you don't have to give me, oh, you're right, Emil. I don't give a shit. I know I'm right. I want you to understand and then to act. More like Kanye West, not what he said, but the fact that he says things that we are supposed to, the emperor has no clothes. That's what it is. On the other hand, you ruin a society with Lady Gaga and the like. And I'm not talking about the white, black, yellow. No, that garbage. That's not art. And that's the popular music. Popular music in the 70s was different. Much different. 60s and so on. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth and be just.